All right, man, we are back today, man, for some crazy information on Friday. I'm thoroughly excited. It's Friday, man. I have not played a lick of Random Wreck this morning, so my energy level and my tolerance is at an all-time high. I'm positive, so let's keep it that way. If you want to run with Uncle Demi, man, or you want to help me out and get me out of that purgatory of that clown shit show of a Random Wreck, please come into my Discord. Links in the description. If you got build videos, ideas, whatever, just join my Discord. It's in the description, guys. I'm very active in there. I talk, anything you need. We got, rec, gameplay, park. You're looking for a crew. You got builds, anything. Link in the description. Check out my Discord. But let's go ahead and get into it, man. So y'all remember a couple of videos ago, I talked about how my son had individuals on his team that had Zens and they were plugged in, that type of stuff, right? It was 8 of them. Then we had a couple other kids that said they're gonna get it for their birthday. And I knew there was a lot of people that had them, and I also knew that it's not a hard entry. Like, some people think it's like, you gotta buy this script, you gotta do this and that. No, not really, right? You really do not have to at all, right? It's pretty simple. And a lot of people underestimate the power of a 12 and a 13-year-old. These guys are teenagers, they're preteens. Like, these kids know how to work a tablet, a PC, a computer better than anything. And it's pretty simple just to go on the Corona Zen site, you get your Zen, they give you the instructions, they tell you where to log in at, you go on your computer, you log in, you plug your Zen up, you get a free script, right? You don't even need the auto green. You get the free script where you can rhythm shoot by pressing square, and then all of a sudden, you are a demigod on the court. Like, that's just how simple it is, right? Now, you see me in the background cooking up, man. This is one of the few rare, rec games that I had. This is probably like the second week of 2K coming out, by the way. So, maybe as the weeks went on, there was just less talent in the pool, I guess. Or maybe all those great players are now golden plates and gold and Hall of Fame and red plates. And when I make new builds now and I'm a black plate, I'm in there, and I just hear nothing but clown music and a bunch of people with paint on their face, okay, eating crayons and stuff. So, but anyway, so what I found out was someone sent me a picture, and I tweeted it, man. Right now it has over 130,000 people have viewed it. You're talking about 113 retweets, almost 1,000 likes, comments. I mean, it's another tweet that's going pretty viral, and over 5,000 of these things were bought from Titans to Zens in the past 30 days. Now, again, I'm not a fool, I'm not an idiot. I know they are used for other purposes, but just do the math, guys. Like, out of that 5,000, let's say, I don't care, let's say 1,000 a month, right? 1,000 a month, or 2K players, just 1,000, right? Which is probably more than that, right? Because like Call of Duty, Apex, all those games been out for a long time. Usually you see an uptick when a new game comes out, first player shooter game, people want to get into it, right? So again, I don't know, maybe it's 2,000, right? But regardless, you can say, like, let's just say 12 to 15,000, right? If you're just saying 1,000, right? But let's say if we're doing 1,000, it was 12,000 a year that are 2K players are buying these. And if you're just saying that, if it's 1,500, 2,000, you can talk about, almost 24,000, 20,000 people getting these strike packs on 2K. You know what I mean? I'm just saying a quarter of these. You can say 4,000 of it are people that are using it for first player shooters or other game modes. But 2K, again, and this is what's so funny. People's like, oh man, there's other games that require this. Yes, but understand this, you imbeciles, right? 2K is one of the most popular games ever, even this month, right? It's one of the top selling games. It's always one of the top selling games. People act like it outsells Apex, right? More current users are on 2K right now than they are on Apex. Same thing for Call of Duty. Call of Duty might have more sales, a Black Ops game or whatever, but what I'm saying is, I'm not even trying to, because some people are going to be in there, well, actually, no, what I'm saying is that NBA 2K is one of the most popular games, period. Not by sports, I'm just saying in general, period. So to sit there and think that out of those 5,000, only 30 of them are going to be for 2K is absolutely absurd, right? There's going to be more people playing with the strike packs on 2K than you think. So I'm just saying 1,000. So if you're saying 1,000 times 12, that's 12,000 Zens and Titans being purchased a year probably more for just 2K. I just wanted that to sink in, just in case some of y'all are not understanding how crazy it is to be able to cheat, right? Now, I thought this was dope. This is under my tweet. The guy asked Gronk. He said, how can we salute this? I don't know what he says. Salute the issue of, maybe he meant to say, how can we solve the issue of Corona Zins in the NBA 2K26 permanently? He said something the devs can use. And Gronk brought up some stuff that I never even thought of, right? So this is pretty dope. Number one, implement AI-driven input analysis to flag unnatural patterns. For example, perfect shot timing impossible manually. Like, I think that's dope. Like, AI has been taking over. I don't know how much it will cost to do that, but having an AI in the game just naturally watching everybody's shots and be like, bro, that's not natural, right? And then to condemn that AI just starts to really zone in on that person and be like, okay, yeah, so he's shooting from 80 feet, not takeover, no takeovers, and those are going in consistently, right? Like, let me tell you something. We all know, I tell you all the time, like, technology is always going to be ahead of, of 2K. But an AI is going to be ahead of everybody. It's the smartest entity that we have in human history. Artificial intelligence. It gets smarter and smarter every day, right? Why do you think Terminator and, like, listen, people fear artificial intelligence because everybody, even, some of the most brilliant minds in the world has spoke on the dangers of artificial intelligence. So if we have a way to have artificial intelligence in the game, which Gronk is saying that's there, and I have read that this is stuff that's being implemented in video games right now. So if 2K was to do that, bro, people would literally just in the middle of the game would get banned because AI is like, you're gone. Right? And I think it should be, they get banned and then maybe a human person will then be able to look at it and be like, oh yeah, I agree. Like this would happen. Because you're never going to have enough people to, scan through 2K. But you can have artificial intelligence, which can probably, within, a tenth of a second, just go right through the whole community every tenth of a second for the rest of 2K and, watch everybody consistently. That's how fast AI artificial intelligence works. So I thought that was dope. Number two, partner with Sony, Microsoft for console firmware updates to detect unauthorized devices. This is something we always talk about. So the issue has always been that 2K in all gaming softwares, it's the hardware that needs to be the one that detects it because, again, 2K doesn't know about the devices, right? I know like Fortnite had something for a little bit that could detect third-party devices, but that was with, but it wasn't consistent. But this will be big if Sony and Microsoft, which again, this will cost not millions, but billions of dollars to have the type of technology for Sony and Microsoft. Or maybe if like publishing companies and Microsoft and Sony, they all got together and put money into a pot to come up with something universal to stop these things, it'll be great. The only downside is, just playing devil's advocate, is the individuals that are impaired, right? That use the third-party devices to help them out because, they are impaired. They probably only have one hand or whatever the impairment that they have. So again, unfortunately, when you have things that could really help individuals that are impaired, these devices are being used for the wrong reasons, okay? Here's another one. Use server-side validation for actions, cross-checking with player stats for abnormalities. And again, this is another way, this is server-side validation for actions. I don't know how they'll be able to do that unless it has to be artificial intelligence again, because I just don't know if there's enough people working there to be able to have stuff be sent to them and then, have to do cross-checking with player stats for abnormalities. That's just, I don't know about that one. I like 1 and 2 better. And then number 4 says enhance reporting with automated bandwaves based on machine learning models, which once again, comes right back to the artificial intelligence. So it basically looks like, and then I read it off, it says no foolproof fix exists, but combining these reduces it significantly. What specific issues are you seeing? So basically, I think 1 and 2 is like dope. Like if we can get 1 and 2, we will be in a really good place. It's just a matter of 2K is going to do that, right? I mean, artificial intelligence is the wave and we need to get on it, all right? And then last but not least, I want to bring up something about 2K Labs. I thought this was really dope. They dropped the data on hot, cold, lethal zones make percentages. So you can see At a neutral, no hot zone spot you're shooting in, and this is with a 92 3-ball, right? 58%. There is a pure green window, but you're going to hit 58% consistency. If you're in a cold spot, it drops you by 4% to a 54%. And then if it was a hot zone, you're shooting at 61%. And then at lethal zone, it's a whopping 65%. And if you look at the actual model or graph, you'll see how amazing lethal zones work on your late and early releases. It's more forgiving. So if you need to get your lethal zones, and you need to do the 3 where you're competing against Chris, right, Matthews, or lethal, and you win those and you get those 3 lethal zones. And I always get my lethal zones at the top, left, and right elbow because I do a lot of the shooting up there. But if you're a corner center, get one in the corner or whatever. But regardless, you got to get this. Now it's ridiculous. You go from a 65%. From 58 to 65 by getting a lethal, and it's more forgiving on the early and late releases. You definitely need to do that. But that is the news that I have for today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Again, Discord if you want to be more connected to Uncle Demi, link in description. Other than that, it's your favorite old head, Uncle Demi. I'll be back really soon with the banger, man. You know, when I say back soon with the banger, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.